Hello gamers! I have managed to get my hands on Elden Ring for the PC. I've heard so much about Souls games and games from Software, but I have always seemed to find myself taking a back seat with actually playing any of them. So why have I decided to go with Elden Ring? The internet told me to do it! I've kept my eye on this game since it was announced, but still had my reservations considering that I was very recently run over by the hype train. Thanks, Battlefield 2042! But once I saw the actual gameplay footage and the release reviews, I bit the bullet and decided to give it a go. So here it is, folks, my first impressions review of Elden Ring by a complete noob to the franchise. Elden Ring is an action role-playing game developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. The game was made in collaboration with fantasy novelist George R.R. Martin, who provided material for the game's setting. Elden Ring received critical acclaim and is among the highest reviewed games of 2022. Praise was directed at its open-world design and gameplay, which was considered as an improvement to the Souls formula, though it received minor criticism for its technical issues on the PC version, which incidentally is the one that I will be playing today. When starting a new game, you're taken to the Select Character Base screen. There are 10 classes you can choose from: Vagabond, Warrior, Hero, Bandit, Astrologer, Prophet, Samurai, Prisoner, Confessor, and Wretch. I'm not going to go into detail of each class because there is way too much to cover on each of them, but as my first class choice I went for Hero because the internet told me they are the least squishy class and they can hit quite hard. With my class selected, I was taken to the Create a Character screen, with my first option being naming my character. I'm generally shy at choosing character names, so I landed on her. From there I was able to choose a body type, age, origin, and keepsake. I was quite drawn to the keepsake option, which appeared to be items that you can add to your character right from the start. I went with the stone sword key because you never know when you will need a good key in your life. Where it gets interesting and a tad time consuming is when you go into the detailed appearance options, and my word, when this game says detailed, it means it. Here you can choose a voice type, alter skin tone, face, hair and body features, and there are a plethora of settings to choose from here. Details as minuscule as forehead depth right to muscle tone is adjustable. After spending the better part of my first experience playing this game just creating my character, Herb was finally ready for action. Like many RPG games, after creating my character, the mandatory intro cutscene started. It's quite lengthy, but basically it goes on to describe the premise of Elden Ring and what your purpose of playing this game actually is. In short, you are a tarnished that must rise to embark on a quest.
Oh, rise now, ye tarnished.
To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. I then found myself standing in what looks to be a rundown chapel, the starting and tutorial area. I was immediately drawn to these glowing inscriptions on the floor, which I interpreted as helpful tutorial hints, and thought to myself, hey, thanks for being helpful, game. The truth would eventually dawn on me though. I do a bit of exploring and notice a corpse off to the right, which when looted gave me a gross finger for some reason. I didn't think much of it though, and made my way through the door to the next area and was immediately impressed by the sheer graphical beauty of this game. I touched a few bloodstains on the floor which manifested what I at the time thought was more helpful hints from the game, and immediately assumed that the red spectres jumping off the edge of this walkway meant surely this was the way I meant to go. I mean, if someone jumps off a cliff and tells you to do the same thing, clearly I would do it. And my first death. I haven't even seen combat yet. Thanks, game. So I learned my lesson and started making my way through the starter area, exploring a bit as I go along until I made it to the end when, out of nowhere...
What the fuck? Yes! Combat! Get over here, you horrid monster, so I can make thee my new coin pouch! Have at thee!
What? Another cutscene? In this one, a horny horse named Torrent takes in your recently humiliated essence, after which you wake up in the actual tutorial area of the game. Now this to me was the most informative part of the game. It teaches you about sites of grace, which are your save points, how to lock onto targets, how to perform your various attacks, guarding, dodging, jumping, dashing, collecting materials for crafting, wielding your armaments, changing targets while locked onto other targets, your skills, crouching, critical strikes, stance breaking, and finally guard counters during a boss battle, which I defeated surprisingly easily. And with the tutorial completed, I was filled with confidence and ready to dominate the world of Elden Ring. After leaving the tutorial area, I found another site of grace and a peculiar statue that fit the stone sword key keepsake I chose when I created my character, and I thought to myself, well, this is a stroke of coincidental luck. Using the stone sword key opened up a new area, and with my newfound Elden Ring brass balls confidence that only the tutorial could give me, I went straight for it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see how this went for me, and I will make another video of this, but here is a little taste of what I experienced just here. So, with my newfound confidence shattered into 1,000 pieces, I made my way out of the starter area and into the wonderful open world of Elden Ring where, according to this guy who basically called me single, set me on the next path of my quest. Folks, make no mistake, this game will lull you into a sense of bravado, at which point it will chew you up and spit you out like old gum that eventually gets stepped on by a woolly sock. But it is exactly this factor that I find most appealing about Elden Ring. Yes, you'll die a lot. It will be frustrating. But unlike other games with extreme difficulty ratings, this one has the ability to keep drawing me back, to keep trying and eventually succeeding. The rewarding sense of accomplishment you feel, not just when beating a boss that kills you 1,000 times, but also every time you make it past a certain point in a dungeon that has claimed your tarnished life on multiple occasions, is in itself very rewarding. So just for that, this game has found a dedicated player in me. Based on this alone, I give this game an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what your experience with Elden Ring has been like, or if this video has possibly made you consider getting into it. If you enjoyed this video, please be so kind as to give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to not miss out on my future videos. That's it for now, folks. As always, take it easy.